All right, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Tacos en Europa. I am Jorge.
My name is Santi.
And we have, like we promised in the last episode, in the little lineup episode, we have a lot of Champions League talk about, a lot of football. So let's go ahead and get started here with the only podcast that gives you everything about the European footballers in Europe, about the Mexican players in Europe, no matter where they are. Let's start over here with Fulham, with Raúl Jimenez and Aston Villa. This is actually a 3-1 defeat, Inge, but we need to talk about that one Fulham goal in this. Finally, a goal from a striker. And who was it?
It was finally a goal from Raúl Jimenez in like the first in like 34 games in the Premier League.
33 games in the Premier League.
Yeah, something like it. And it was like 18 months or something. It was a long time.
April 2022, I saw something like that.
Yeah, so around
Insane.
18, 19 months.
Insane.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And it was a fine goal. Actually, he had a pretty good game in general. He had 3 shots on target.
Uh-huh.
No, he didn't miss any shot, but only one went in, and it was a very easy goal.
Yeah.
If he failed that, it will be like a problem,
Yeah.
But it was fine. He was fine. They were playing against Aston Villa, that is like levels above them. I'm happy for him. Hopefully, this breaks his like mental block, but there's not anything else to talk about.
Yeah, not too excited about it. Yeah, one more thing to talk about is that he scored against Dibu Martinez, so it's a little revenge there. We gotta state that real quick before moving on.
I don't know if I wouldn't call that revenge. I mean, it's just like a small comfort, if you want.
He took away the clean sheet, so I'll take it. Edson Alvarez with West Ham against Olympiacos first in the Europa League. He actually starts this game, plays 80 minutes. Ike tells out how they did. It looks like they actually brought out the players for this match.
Yeah, they brought up the main lineup.
Yeah.
You know, they rested the last game and they paid for it. And this game they were like way better. And Edson, along with them, he was very solid, very good on the ball. He threw a really good amount of long balls, like 80%, 4 out of 5. He was really good at stopping the counters, so I'm really happy for him in that game.
Yeah, I think the long balls are becoming sort of like a regular thing now with him. Like a lot of them, and accurately.
Yeah, but there's another problem, which it comes in the next game against Forest in the Premier League. Forest United is Forest what? Just Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. They win 3-2, but I feel Moyes is having a problem in his setup, where I don't think the team works if you put Edson, James Ward-Prowse, and Soucek together, because the 3 of those are midfielders, but he wants to play with a 4-2-3-1. So he was doing something very weird where he was letting Edson go like forward and leaving James Ward-Prowse in the back when they had possession, like using Edson as a deep lane playmaker because he has that really good long ball. But it was really like problematic because every time they got attacked on the counter, they scored twice. Yeah. And Edson was almost in the box of Forest, so he couldn't stop the counters.
And I feel like it should be, well, obviously, like, we're not going to know more than Moyes, but shouldn't it be the other way around?
Yeah, that's the risk he was making. And usually they both should be in the back and maybe leave James Ward-Prowse a little bit further up, but he was making these choices that I think were like dangerous, and they paid for it. It's good that they won, but still I feel like it's really weird. I didn't like it. Do you remember? I don't know against who we were playing in 1 or 2 windows back, where Edson was playing very further up in the pitch. Like he was attacking and they were leaving Chavez behind.
Oh, with the national team.
Yeah, with the national team. And it's exactly the same problem.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, like the best thing here is that we were able to come out with that win. But you were talking to me about you think maybe that those three midfielders shouldn't be a mix together? You think that has a problem there?
I mean, I think you can mix them, but you need to put James Ward-Prowse in the number 10 role.
Mm-hmm.
Like leave him up and leave Edson in the back to stop the counter. Because also I know West Ham usually plays without the ball. They are the counter-attacking team. So maybe that's part of it, that they're not used to like stopping counters.
Yeah.
But still, I didn't like it seeing Edson having that, like, not being in the back to stop the counterattacks.
Yeah, and it's not really just us that are able to notice that. We had a lot of fans talking about how, like, when they subbed out Edson Alvarez, like, why sub him out and not Susek, who I think was also on a yellow as well. And I think
Moise really likes Susek.
All the fans, I think they feel like Edson Alvarez gives us that stability more than anybody else, really.
I mean, some fans, to be fair, I was on Twitter and people are like, same as Ajax. They don't like that he isn't like a more technical player.
Yeah.
They don't like, some people only like football if it's Barcelona football.
Yeah.
Like anything else, they don't like. So it's okay, whatever. But I feel like people who really knows how a team of this caliber needs to work knows he is very important right now.
Yeah, now West Ham sit at the second spot of the Europa League group, right below Freiburg, their German counterpart. And really that loss against Olympiacos is the one that hurt them the most, because Freiburg won their match like 5-0, which put them, they're tied in points, but they're up ahead in the goal differential for now. So we'll see how it goes on that head-to-head. Let's go over to Spain now, talk about Betis real quick with Andrés Guardado, who doesn't play in the league against Sevilla, but gives us a couple minutes for in the Europa League against Aris, a team from Cyprus, and it's a 4-1 win. I think a regular Guardado, right? Not much to talk about here. We shouldn't really stay here.
We're happy with him. Just move on.
Yeah, using him in the Europa League, give him some minutes. Let's go to Las Palmas with Julián Araujo, who only have a league game against Osasuna. It is a 1-1 tie. He comes in to play 17 minutes. You have here, he played as a winger. So his heat map is funny, right? His heat map is funny.
It's not a winger. It's more like a wide midfielder would be the correct because they were playing like a 4-4-1-1 or something like it. But
the notes say he played as a winger? Question mark. Like
it was weird, right?
Yeah, it's funny.
I wasn't expecting it. But actually, it's funny that we have this because he isn't the only right back that did this in this week. So we're gonna get to that. So, but he played like 17 minutes. So, good for him. He's playing. It's weird that he's in the starting, but I mean.
Yeah, I think they got comfortable when he was out. So we'll see how that goes. 2 key passes though in those 19 minutes, 19 touches.
As a good midfielder, that he is apparently.
It's a perfect attacking midfielder. Cesar Montes with Almeria. We're gonna go fast here too because there are no minutes from him against Real Sociedad, and I mean it looks like he's not the problem, but also not the solution because they do lose 3-1 to Real Sociedad.
Yeah, really fast. The coach bad-mouthed him like to the press this
I didn't
week.
get that one. What did he say?
Yeah, he said like, he isn't playing here because he's injured, and the next week he played with Mexico. He said, like because of the last window he missed a game because he was like he had a little knot on one leg, and then he came and played like almost 180 minutes with Mexico. Yeah. So he was like really salty. Maybe that's
he doesn't like the prioritization he puts, like the way he prioritizes.
Maybe he's angry with him for that. So I don't know what. That sucks.
It's just bad news after bad news for him. He knows how to pick his teams though, huh?
Yeah.
Serie A, ENG, we have Genoa with Johan Vázquez versus Hellas Verona. It's a 1-0 victory. And like, even though, there you go, man, we're representing. Hey, straight from the city too. That one's from the city.
All of these were straight for each city.
We gotta start bringing them out every time they play. And this is probably one of the very regular games that we've seen with Johan. It's a great game, but the reason why I'm not too excited about it is because it seems this is just normal Johan from now on. It's just masterclass after masterclass.
Yeah, he's here right now. He might be the best defender of the team.
Yeah,
like in the whole 5-person lineup, like in the back, he's the best one.
And in the national team.
and the national team.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, he's playing great. I'm really happy for him. He's becoming a system player. Like the system of Genoa revolves around Johan. That's why it's so important. Like he becomes the fourth player in the lane of four, or he comes back and opens the line of three. He's the one that allows the system to work.
Yeah, I mean, you can see even when he's playing, just to not take too much time here, but you can see the three center backs at the back. The middle one obviously stays back. The one on the right moves a little, but not too much. He's the one that moves up the farthest. And then his midfielder, his wide midfielder, is the one that only stays up. On the right side, he's going back and forth, the midfielder.
Exactly.
So like that kind of tells you a little bit how much more trust he has in Johan to move back and forth and do all that type of movement.
Yeah, it's part of the system. It's like different, and especially quality-wise different. But it's a little bit of what John Stones does with Manchester City.
Good comparison. Yeah.
You know, like he's a wide player that comes into the midfielder and does something. But you take him out and the system starts not falling apart because Guardiola, but you know, like it doesn't work as well. That's the same with Johan.
Yeah, you have your players used to it already, so you have to kind of get used to some different ones. He's not there.
Exactly.
But going over to Salernitana with Memo Ochoa, Sassuolo ENG. This is a 2-2 tie. It could have been a win. It was about to be a win. But
it should have been a win.
It should have been a win. And Memo Ochoa did everything that he could have done. 7 stops and 29 shots from Sassuolo.
Yeah, it was like
that's all the information you need. That's all the information you need.
And there was a tweet going around of someone calling out the press that said, "Oh, Memo again being scored on," or something like it, in the Mexican press. And the Italian press was, "Memo stops everything." Like a lot of like papers and you know, like football sites saying like, "Oh, he was amazing." And the Mexican press like, "Oh, the fucker is at it again."
It's just like you could tell what sells, you know, in each place. Over there, the World Cup hero story sells. Over here, the drama story sells. So it's
the troncos.
The troncos is always gonna be out there. But I mean, great showing by him, and he's coming into his window in great form. Not just this match, but the ones before as well. Against we have going over to the Netherlands, Eredivisie Feyenoord, Santi Jimenez. He has 2 games right here, which I'm gonna be honest with you, were the same exact game. The first one was going to be against Lazio in a 1-0 loss in the Champions League.
I wouldn't say it was the same, but he did play bad. Well, not bad, but he didn't have a good time in both games.
Yeah.
Because Lazio really like phoned him out, like, "Oh, he did this in the last game and that's how they won. We're going to stop it." And they did stop that. Like the Feyenoord is becoming very one-dimensional in their attack with Santi, and they're starting to like stop them. And you can tell because in the game against AC Alkmaar, which is the second game this week against the Eredivisie 3rd place, now 4th place, where actually Feyenoord won with a golazo from Timber, like a beautiful goal.
Which was sent from the heavens, because right after that, it was nothing.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Like each side, you know, like neither of them create a lot. But it was interesting because they were playing both of the strikers of the season from the ABC. You know, like I don't remember the name of the guy, Pavlidis from Alkmaar, and Santi, and they both are like on 13 goals or something like it. And the thing is, Santi, in 66 minutes that he played, touched the ball 23 times.
Wow.
Pavlidis touched it twice as much.
Man.
Like 47, 48 times. Like, you can tell how much space he didn't have with how much he touched the ball. And they're really struggling to create around, because like, you close down on Santi, you push him out of the box, and you're fine. Feyenoord is going to struggle.
And, you know, they were very, very close to each other to kind of get out the other one. They actually took out Santi a little earlier in this game. He played about 66 total minutes, and you could just see the smile on the guy's face.
The Japanese striker. I don't remember the game. Yeah.
Which to be honest, the game did need something different. Santi wasn't gonna do it. It just sucks because it's like you kind of want to see that confidence, from the coach to be like, hey, like you going against a rival, you're fighting that battle. Let's go ahead and see what happens. But I mean, at the end of the day, he wanted to get another one, make sure they didn't lose this because they're also being in a rough patch. So you can't just, give all the glory to Santi. He has to try something new.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He is in a rough patch because he has played 4 games without scoring right now, and that hasn't happened for a long time for him. So it happens. It's usual, like not every player is Ronaldo or Haaland or Messi, So it's okay to have a rough patch. What is important is seeing how he deals with it.
Exactly.
That he doesn't lose his head, that he keeps improving. We were saying, each week he's improving, each week he's improving. Oh, he's no longer improving, but is he still working as hard? Is he still working with the team?
Yeah, as long as he's not done improving, he's just like a little stump. So I'm mad.
Yeah, and the thing is, the rest of the team he isn't the problem alone.
Yeah.
The system is not working.
Yeah, but I mean, what better way to get your confidence than to score with a national team, huh?
Hopefully, as long as Honduras doesn't injure him, I'm happy.
Yeah, that you call it a win.
Yeah.
Pioneer stands at the 3rd place of their group in the Champions League. Thanks to this loss, they are right below Lazio by 1
And PSV is just like gone, still undefeated, unstoppable, a goal-scoring machine.
Yeah, we have over here these 4. Well, let's talk about the Champions League first with a 1-0 win against Lens from France, and he's obviously Chucky Lozano's a starter here. 6 shots, man. Tell me what you think about 6 shots in one game, only 3 on target and no goals.
I mean, sometimes the space isn't there for you to shoot, and you have to shoot. There are those kinds of games. The thing is, there was a space sometime for him to pass. So he was having one of those games where he gets in his head that he needs to be the hero. He wants to be the one to score.
Yeah.
And we are not alone in this. Like the fans were saying this in Twitter, on Reddit, in the ether, they were this like opinion of him, and it's like he did improve in that aspect of his game in the next game against Pexuole in the Eredivisie, so that's better,
The numbers are more flattering here. 1 shot, 1 goal. Obviously, they do win this 4-0, which helps them get just farther ahead up on the table for the Eredivisie. But that 1 shot, 1 goal, tell me kind of like the story behind that, because there's more to it than just 1 shot, 1 goal.
Oh, the thing is he didn't touch the ball most of the game, and the goal was first time he touched the ball was to score.
Yeah.
And it was in the minute, like in the 2nd minute or something like that. It was really early, and it was a really good shot. But the thing is, I feel PSV struggling. I mean, not really struggling because they are unstoppable, but they're struggling in the left wing with Lozano and Dest.
Yeah.
I feel that they both are like right-handed and right-footed, especially. Yeah. So the thing is, when you want to overload the left wing, they have a hard time because both of them want to cut inside to the right. So they don't have anyone running the wing. And Lozano tries sometimes, and you turn right and Dest is there, and you're like, I mean, man, you need to move.
Give him some space, man.
Yes, and he did. As soon as Lozano went away and they put a left-footed winger, it really changed. He did create a really good goal for Tillman. Like the 4th goal, it was a Dest play, and it was fine. But the thing is, you're struggling because they're like in the same spaces. I think that's the main problem right now.
Yeah, they have to see if they can maybe switch a little bit of that there. I like the other fullback that they used there instead of Dest earlier in the season. I think it was the one that's playing right back right now.
No, Tese was on the right. He's on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tese is the one that
he was playing on the
Dest
left for a little while. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I think when that combo was good, but I mean, maybe also when Noah Lang comes back, he'll play better with Dest. So like it can go both ways.
Let's see, because Noah Lang is right-footed as well.
Yeah. So 10 minutos. No, 8 minutos. Nos vamos a darle Una, dos, y tres. In Belgium, we have Gerardo Arteaga, who only plays one game. Fenerbahce in the Conference League. This is a 1-1 tie, and it gives us actually one of the better games of the season. Starter, 90 minutes, the whole nine. 7 defensive actions. 5 out of 7 duels on the ground and a key pass. So he was doing, like I said, when every time he plays a good game, he gives us that. Both sides, attack and the defense. The only thing here is that for some reason he doesn't get called up at all for the game in the league. And that was kind of weird to me because he actually gives you a good game and then you don't continue that.
Maybe something else, like maybe he ate something, maybe he got the sniffles, You also they don't always publish that, so
you have the window coming up as well, so you never know if it could be like a rest thing or who knows.
Who knows.
And then over at Portugal on the Liga Premier, Jorge Sanchez versus Royal Antwerp in the Champions League. I guess Sanchez and Porto are able to stop El Toro Jansen for this one because they do 2-0 win, no goals from Royal Antwerp.
Yeah, Sanchez just played like 17 minutes, 14 minutes. But I mean, Porto is really good always on the Champions League. It's really weird that they don't advance to the best 16. So good for him. And then he plays in the league against Vitoria. In the 81st minute, he enters as a white midfielder. Again, it's like really weird because like they don't sub out neither João Mario nor the left fullback, so they just put him up and he did fine, but it's weird. I'm not used to it.
I mean, I hope they start experimenting that a little bit more. I think Sanchez, the more positions he can fill in, the more he'll be able to play in certain teams. So I hope it wasn't a one-time thing here.
Yeah, my feeling is that he's a midfielder that was put on the right back. I don't know why.
Yeah. AEK Athens, Orbelin Pineda against Marsella in the Europa League. This is actually going to be a 2-0 loss, unfortunately. He does play 63 minutes, and it looks like his stats are very, very good. But I just feel like the functionality, it wasn't there.
Yeah, he's the main player of the team in the build-up. He usually is the player that touches the ball the most. That's his role right now.
Yeah, and AEK Athens is going to be in the 3rd spot of the Europa League group, and it's looking kind of hard for them to go to the next round. They might have to go down to the Conference League because Ajax isn't in this battle anymore. So
yeah, they don't have the talent for it.
The next game is going to be against Lamia in the league, and this is a 3-0 win. Tell me about him and also about Pizarro, who comes in the second half.
Actually, both of them have a really nice game. Orbelin is, again, a great midfielder. He played all game an 8. Just distributing the ball, almost never stepping into the box, but really just getting the ball into places, and he did fine. And then Pizarro comes in, plays in the wide, and just creates a couple of chances in the last 20 minutes that he did play. And they're both in really good rhythm. Pizarro is a substitution player and a decent one, and Orbelin is just the main midfielder.
And that's the thing with Pizarro, he's a very interesting player. When he does come in, it's like he's always creating when he comes in. I haven't remember a time when he came in and it was bad.
I had a couple of games where I didn't like him, but he wasn't terrible.
Yeah, so it's I hope he's able to be more consistent in his minutes over here. But other than that, we do have some information from Russia. So we talked about his game last week against Sochi in the league, a 3-3 tie, and he scores a great goal. Now this week, it's another game against Olberg or something like that from Russia, and they win it 2-0 again with a goal from Luis Chavez and also with him as the man of the match.
Yes, he did have a great game, and a flying header like Orbelin last week. So a really good goal. So I'm happy for him. Hopefully he keeps on scoring and gets a passport out of there, getting down south, because it's awful to try to match a game there.
To wrap up the Europeans here, I mean, great form to come into this window. Everybody really. Except I think Montes will be the exception since he didn't play. But everybody else, we're looking great, man. Even Santi, who was doing bad, he's still Santi.
I mean, Santi and Montes are the worst one. It's fair to say.
Yeah. And before we go into the extra section, I want to talk about real quick the Mexican under-17 team who just started the World Cup against Germany, man. This was a 3-1 loss. which for the life of me, I cannot understand why he didn't just continue with the same lineup he was doing in qualifications.
The fact that he, because they, as you say, they lost 3-1, and he benched probably his most talented player, Gael Alvarez from Pachuca. It really, I don't know, I didn't like it. But I mean, the game in general, I didn't like. They seemed like Germany were really strong, but Mexico was struggling. And we know this coach isn't great. Chabran, we have problems with it. If you remember from the France tournament, I don't remember.
I don't see, like, the moment they started seeing Germany fighting their pressure, fighting the fact that they were up so high, I feel like I would have moved them down a little bit. There was so many times we got caught lacking in the back, and it cost 2 of those goals to come in. My favorite part here,
we said the back line is like the weakest part of this lineup, and the keeper had a great game. He stopped a lot.
The keeper and Carrillo were my favorite parts of this lineup, Inca. But real quick before we run out of time here, what was your player list of the match week?
I'm gonna shit and say Chavez because of the goal last week and this week. So
I actually gave it to him last week because I thought we weren't gonna do it ever again, and I'm gonna just go ahead and go with you and give it to him again.
Chavez, even though Johan really had a great week as well. So
Chavez, I mean, I'll take the goal though. I'll take the midfield goal.
Yes.
Best match of the. Do you want to do this one? Or you want to skip the match of the week?
I like PSV winning against Lens. I mean, people really get uppity whenever a French team wins against the Eredivisie teams. So I like when they.
You like the chatter. You like the little chatter.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip this one because really, like, there wasn't anything that stood out to me this week. So let's go ahead and go to the extras. What do you have for me?
Really fast. Finally, the season ends in the Liga MX. Nothing to say there. Chiquito Sanchez is having a great season, like flying. And Tuca sucks in the ESPN. Like, I don't remember the name. Like, Fútbol Picante. Like, it sucks. It's like shit.
But alright, guys, be sure to catch the next episode where we're going to talk about the Mexican window. Do not miss it. We'll see you guys on Wednesday, I believe. See you guys there.